Welcome back to Satisfactory. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. And you're actually here with me on Update 8, since that is now the release that's available to the general public. Right now, we're in our heavy modular frame phase 1 factory area, which I think is starting to shape up pretty nicely. A lot of old school building mechanisms where we're putting the whole factory in a single blueprint. And it's interesting how it kind of does look like a previous generation. But right now we have been running this whole factory on these two heavy modular frame, heavy encased frames, but it makes heavy modular frames. We've been running the whole factory on that, but we don't have enough modular frames to run this. See, every time I look at it, it's just a little behind. Now there's two things we can do. One, we can siphon the extra heavy modular frames from the versatile framework factory. If we come over here, we see that we've got max modular frames here. But that's because this individual factory, I mean, it's already... There's actually a lot we could pull from here. It's clock speed down to 17%. And we know screws aren't going to be a problem. And we're making screws on site as well. So one thing we could do is just siphon modular frames out of here. Right? Find a place to put a splitter, maybe move all of them to the top. Then move all of those modular frames into this location over here. Move them down to the ground, move them underground, and then connect them over here. That is one thing that we can do. We'll probably end up doing that. But our standard method dictates that we just stack right here because we already have a heavy or a modular frame factory. I was looking in on that so we could see if we could build this. So I'm thinking that's what we should do. But this is our service layer. And we shouldn't even have to go in here. So we can put that back on. And then let's go for the blueprint. What's it going to be called? Oh, there it is right there. At least that's what I think it is. And go into blueprint mode, maybe. All right, we've got the buildings built. Now it's just a matter of connecting everything, which is super easy. I think we should connect the power first, just so we have the flexibility to be able to fly through this whole thing without having to worry. Man, we just built it and things are already starting up. Okay. So that by itself is enough to increase the total amount of modular frames just by the nature of... This blueprint's actually really good. One input, one output, multiple levels of value add from ore to modular frame. The only thing that isn't great is that it's set up to be extremely low power consumption. We're making 15 iron rods and we're consuming 12 iron rods. If I... Let's just say for a minute that I go crazy and make this 3 power cores for... or power shards for 5 modular frames, so plus 3 modular frames. So I need 7.5 reinforced plate. Well, I could increase that one by 50%. Now I've got 7.5 reinforced plate. I need 30 iron rod. Now we need 30 more ingot. Man, I forgot how absolutely tight these single blueprint factories are. But either way, we now have more frames being kicked out into here. Still short. It's gonna take a second. What are we saying? We're making basically 2 there. You know, that's the downside, because we're only making 2 per level. We've overclocked a few of them, but at the end of the day, we made 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So that means there's roughly 16. There's probably closer to 20 if we overclocked a few things. Like we just overclocked that one. So that takes it from 16 to 19. Yeah, it's right around 20, just over. This will probably catch up. Of course, as soon as I say that. Let's jump in here for a minute. The nice part about this is that we do have capacity. Yeah, let's grab 50 of those. And we probably should start a massive, an absolutely massive storage of these things. We need to figure out how to do that. I am instantly off script here because we put 2 towers in for versatile framework. Everything is cycled way down. I was trying to save power. .85 modular frames per minute. 0.85. Yeah, if I set you, so this is the end product. Well, I'd have to go through both lines. Let's see. If I set you to max, you need 2.5 modular frames. And you can make 5 modular frames. 5 reinforced plate. Oh wait, we need that reinforced plate for the modular frames. Aha, so here's the downside. We'd run out. We would run out of modular plates eventually. So we'd have to slow this down to meet that. 5. I'm going to say it's 3.333. Now it's close. So now this full 5 here gets consumed here, making 3.33. That's still more than what this can do. So that's fine. I'm tempted to go through and find all that. Of course, with just these two, we're actually doing okay. And I have it set up where each one of these has its own power shard. Now, we're only talking 16 modular frames per minute, but you don't need 1,000 of everything per minute. Push comes to absolute shove, we can always expand. I could just set up one connection for each of these down here just to make the inputs a little simpler. And then I could also set up one export for the same reason. I'll take out basically all of this. It's just a little clippy right there. Now all you have to do is connect each of these inputs one time and we're good. We'll just tap into one of the lines that are currently open. Somewhere in there's the perfect place to connect this. Okay, I'll take it. Man, snap point bingo here. Oh, I saw it for a second there. Okay, 2 out of 4. We need concrete and modular frames. It's getting a little crisscrossy in here. Concrete delivered. Modular frames delivered. Now, wherever we are currently making modular frames... Oh, we still need to output these. Let's see. I think... if we could just get these all into our current output, it would simplify things greatly. This is a little close. I'm worried that it's not gonna angle correctly. Yeah. Okay. It's official. I need to nudge this. There we go. The super secret internal belt connection between this merger and this lift. But we got it. Yeah, they're still all feeling a little slow on the modular frames. Maybe I can wall the rest of this off later. It's just kind of nice to be able to complete this. I don't think I ever have to go in here again. I might need to go under there in order to connect wherever we find additional modular frames. Oh well. Kind of got into the zone there. Got that whole base done. Okay, so I think the only thing that we're really lacking at this point is more modular frames. Let's get the new monolith. Let's get that connected. Right, everything gets fed into the monolith down here. And then the outputs come out right here. I stole a good chunk of these. Oh, well, there's actually a lot in here still. But I stole a good chunk of those for belting purposes. And we actually have a decent amount of steel coming out of here as a byproduct. Not bad at all. So if I'm looking at this, where do I want to take this lovely encased beam? Where are you going? You're going out to the rest of the factory. I could just hook it up just like that. Just send it out to the rest of the factory. This one, it's going out to local storage so I can pick them up. Out to the rest of the factory. And out to heavy modular frame production. That's what this is. So this is actually the location. I think if I merge... Well, technically, if I merge into this... right here... Ooh, what's this? We've got a whole belt of... What? I'm afraid to connect this. It probably should be connected right here. Have the versatile frames being shipped off to the rest of the factory into that central storage, which hopefully has a place for versatile frames set up. I mean, we know that's what we want to do eventually, so we should just hook this up. Knowing that we might have instantly made a mistake. But we'll see. Yeah, so now our encased beams are going along nicely. They're getting reintegrated into, from the monolith, by the way, getting reintegrated into an early portion of our factory. My guess is that a good chunk of them are going to storage, good chunk are going up for processing, and a good chunk are going up and out to be used further down in the factory. Cool. Now, I could, since we're just making tweaks all over the place, let's see what our situation is here. Well, this guy's happy because he's the first on the list. So you have a... Let's give everybody one power shard. 36 steel beam per minute times 5. So that's still less than a belt worth. We've got extra steel, and these are using steel beam, not pipe. So we could hook up the monolith. Something respawned, and I've been ignoring it. I see the firefly, but I don't see the hatchery, so we'll worry about that later. What we're here for is looking for the place where the steel is integrated. Oh, what do I see here? I see steel coming out of here and going into here and getting all wrapped up and sent out. These belts are an absolute nightmare. It's almost comedy how nightmarish they are. Okay, so now our encased beam production has been enhanced, let's say, by the monolith, which is making encased beams, but now the byproduct of steel beams are being properly redistributed over here. I expect to see some growth in this area, and I'm seeing it nicely. Probably not gonna fully keep up, but it enhances the numbers. And that means more encased beams down the line as well, so I'm happy with that. 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2. So I could put in like, what's the input limit on this? Got a smelter and a foundry. Interesting. 41. Oh yeah, this is me saving power again. $22 iron ore, 40, so 63 iron ore on a 480 belt, 63. So I could put 7 of these in, 8 to round it up. I need a blueprint. Do I have the materials on me for a designer? Ironically, I need frames. Oh wait, I know where to get frames. Just rob them from over here. Lots of frames in here. If I can remember which building it's in. Now, where do I have room over here for a blueprint designer? Oh, don't have the resources to make this blueprint. Uh-oh. Why do I want to even... Why am I trying to make that? Oh, you know why? It's because I want to tweak the speeds of everything. But you know what? we had a long video yesterday that it had to come out super late. Let's do a short one today. Tomorrow, I'll focus in on getting the versatile framework, expanding this part of the factory. That'll give me time to do it in a more planned way. Right now we've got 4. And the reason why I'm looking at versatile framework is because if I look at the magnetic field generator, versatile framework is a key component of that. So we probably need to start making those. We probably need to start storing those. And we need to increase the rate in which new ones are coming off the line. Though, I guess, you know what? Before we call it, let's go over to storage and see what our versatile framework storage is like. Hopefully I didn't totally mess up everything by connecting that little versatile framework line. Uh-oh. I was halfway out of gas before I started this. Not bad. We'll check the versatile framework storage. Well, stuff's coming in. This is a sushi belt of phase 1 project parts. There's the automated wiring. There's the smart plating. There's the versatile framework. So all 3 of them are at least making it that far. We sent out automated wiring to be part of the assembly director units, so that's why that one's empty. Still have plenty of smart plating, and we've got 1 stack, 2400. It looks like we're burning all of the extra. We're probably burning all of these. So we've got 4,800 versatile framework and storage. If I look at the requirements for it, five become 2. And we need 4,000. So we need 10,000 versatile framework. And we have 4,800, so just under half. Yeah, I think this might be a good time to make some additional versatile framework. And then we'll use the extra modular frames to drop into heavy modular frames so we can make additional assembly director units. Yeah, it all makes sense. Oh man, everything just looks so good. Oh, we actually caught up on computers? That just means we're short on something else. Uh-oh. I made a bunch of crates. Ooh, we still don't have a clear space in our inventory. Well, I have to say, it is nice to see all these director units ready to go. We just need to get them back to the main base. Whenever I do that, I always try to make sure that I leave stuff in there that I would want to get later. It's nothing worse than seeing a crate like that and think, oh man, maybe there's something good in there I could use, and have it be leaves. That's the worst. Unless, of course, you're at the point in the game where you want leaves. We're halfway through this, so we might as well just finish it. You know, the interesting part is I really want to move these over to the hub. You know, in order to do this correctly, I think that's a whole separate video. What I need to do is probably peel off something here, drop it down here, send it down this line. Then I need to reinvestigate. Got a lot of curious creatures just standing on my belts over there. I would need to reinvestigate what happens. I'm pretty sure you can get through this. Yeah. What happens when the thing comes in here? It looks like I have it kind of set up to smart split each type into its own location. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been in here. Right, so the idea was that we would smart split things into the proper locations. Do we already have this set up? Or we were just figuring out what the sign might look like. And then once we get to a chunk of them, we could just open this and then drop them in the elevator. Then it would get loaded up. Let's set that up next time. I've got a lot of lower stuff in here, but we're not going to deal with that lower level stuff, so we'll just deal with the 4 that we need. So I'll just go into storage, then we'll peel off of storage, and then we'll make a highway straight into the hub. All right. I'm liking that. We got plenty to do next time. We increased our versatile framework output. We increased our encased beams. We increased our heavy modular beams. We increased our steel. We increased a lot of various outputs. I'm happy with that. Good progress. Apparently we need to make more use of our copper. We got lots of copper. Actually, I think we have something coming up very soon where we can make use of a lot of copper. That electromagnetic thing. We could either make it out of AI or we can make it out of heavy high-speed connector. We've got factories for both that are looking for something to do. And then we could put together a quick copper factory to make stators. Of course, then we would need... I mean, we're drilling all the way back. Well, actually... We could connect our steel pipe production that we know we have in surplus at our level 1 parts to the sky bridge. And we could do that and that. Send in copper. Ooh, copper and quick wire ingots together make 90. Okay, see, I'm getting into a whole nother thing. Sorry about this. I'm letting myself get distracted. Planning out a whole nother level of the factory. But we just experienced that we do have some steel pipes lying around over there. It might make sense to give ourselves a little bit of storage of steel pipes. But we'll look and see what we're actually making. Ow. You can definitely see the design motif changing. Yeah, see, we've got a line of pipes that are not being fully utilized. So we've got a surplus there that we can do something with. And we've got 2 industrial storage containers worth as our supply buffer. Three industrial storage containers worth. What are we doing with them? Oh, we're making heavy modular frames. That's what we're doing. All right. We'll make this our storage point. Matter of fact, let's put another one in. Just in case it takes me a while to get back to it, we'll have a good chunk of steel pipes ready to go. Exclusively for... Yeah, this is perfect. So these steel pipes will get used in the encased beams. Then these will get shipped along. We'll use that in a stator factory. We'll have our copper wire. At the very least, we'll use copper wire and these pipes to make stators. And then we'll use those stators and something else, probably AI. To make our electromagnetic control rods. And we already have a beautiful AI factory. So we could just have an electromagnetic control rod factory that takes AI limiters and copper ingots and steel pipes as its inputs. That's a weird collection of inputs. I don't think we need a ton more. Copper wire. Yeah. So we don't need a massive copper wire factory. All right. So that's plenty of planning for next time. And if nothing else, this gives these steel pipes something to do. We'll get that nice and buffered. Having 2 buffers of what, 96, so that's about 20,000 steel pipes ready to go for export only. I think that'll be nice to have. And then if we check this out again, we should see some movement. Yeah, seeing movement on our steel pipes. We're not making nearly as many as you would think, so we might have to put in a couple of stacks of those as well. Okay. Oh yeah, that hole was a bad idea. We really need to get out of here today. Starting to have fun. I'm starting to want to keep going here, but it's over an hour, so we're gonna call it. Right, so that's what we'll do next time. We'll build up our versatile framework. We'll send those versatile frames along the way for the rest of the factory, and then we'll siphon off some of the extra modular frames to become heavy modular frames right here. And it might make sense to just do a plain double for everyone. Let's make that our target. That'll give us over 20 heavy modular frames. Okay. There you go. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.